Hello everybody, my name is VSDA100 and welcome to another vlog. Today's topic is PlayStation 4 not considering backwards compatibility. This is my, by the way I should mention this is my vlogging series. We're talking about gaming news, etc. topics, what's going on in the industry. Please check out my other content as well to join in the debate. As I said, the debate today is PlayStation 4 not considering backwards compatibility. Now, at E3, Xbox One made the announcement that they were going to do this, which is fantastic. It opens up a brand new library, well, the old library to the Xbox One gamers, enabling them to play their old games, etc., etc. That's why I feel, though we knew what PS4 had quality, we all already knew what was coming out. No real surprises there. I feel overall Xbox One did a hell of a lot better and had more surprises and won overall. But that doesn't mean, as a PS4 fanboy anyway, well, overall I'm not worried because gamers won overall, you know what I mean. Yoshida here, the president of Sony, came out with this announcement shortly after, well, about a few days after. The announcement didn't change. I assume he's talking about Xbox One's announcement. Didn't change. I don't think we will change our approach. The PS4 don't have backward compatibility. Well, obviously here we are. We haven't got it. Whatever. But then he adds, and this is the interesting part. I won't say we'll never do it, but it is not easy to do. If it was easy, we would have done that. Which is interesting, and I kind of believe him, but I also kind of feel it plays into a marketing strategy with the PlayStation. And when I say that, I say we look at the all the right decisions that Sony have made on borrowing games, where Xbox was like counter to that ungamer friendly kind of thing, where Sony even took the piss out of it, where they had one guy pass another game to his friend and literally take the mick out of what was happening. You know what I mean? Everyone was laughing at that. That was brilliant. Simple but true kind of thing. So it was kind of hilarious that way. So I kind of believe Yoshida when he says it's difficult to do. I say that on the basis of even developers were moaning about the PS3. It was hard to port PS3 games, overall to the Xbox 360, where they were on both platforms because the chips were very, very different. The architecture apparently, and the architecture of both the Xbox One and the PS4, they're quite similar. So it's easier to do. Which is good for them, and technically good for us because we get to play both types of games if they choose to port to both. And let's say, of course, exclusives. Having said that, it's also about timing as well. And I say that because now in the first year there weren't a lot of games out on the PS4, or it should have been better. You know what I mean? So it's quite disappointing, piss poor. And we've had loads of ports and now, and things like that. We had it with, Black Flag, for example, being one of them. I mean, Last of Us I picked up pre-owned. I weren't going to pay full price for a game I've already played on the PS3, on the PS4. So again. So it's kind of disappointing. But having said that, it's consumer choice. You're going to pick and choose what you pick up, whether it be HD collection or not. Whatever. Anyway, this ties in with another topic that was announced this week, which is two of my favourite games of all time on the PS2 generation. I completed, this is one of the last games I completed, Quantic Dream, the makers of Beyond Two Souls, has said that this game is coming to the PS4. Now, it's a fantastic game. I have no doubt about the brilliance of some of these games coming, particularly this one. It is a great game. I want to platinum this one, but never got round to it. And as I said, two games, another one from them, Heavy Rain. A fantastic game, a masterpiece of acting and storytelling, all day, every day, you know what I mean? It's just fantastic. I mean, wow. Again, so those two games are being ported to the PS4, which is kind of disappointing. Well, it's great, but it's disappointing for me, having said, because I've already got them on PS3. Okay, well, I've played them, so you can say, well, you've played them, don't buy them. And that's cool. But I kind of like the idea of it breathes new life into these games. The industry right now is using the excuse, and well, it's not an excuse, it's realistic, it's being honest about it, is they're trying to maximize profit from the games by all the Xbox 360 players that jumped to the PS4, which makes a lot of sense, but it would have been better for backwards compatibility if they had it, so they can pick up these games for cheap, better for them, overall, you know, blah blah blah. But of course, it's going to open up a big selection of games for PS4 owners who have PS3 collections, if you've already had one. Now, my collection is about this big. It's not that big. It doesn't matter. I have a few of my favorites, Metal Gear Solid HD, blah, 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 blah. But the most PS3 owners, to a point, have I'm talking vast libraries, probably never even sell their games. And that's fine too, but they're probably in their heads like, well, we don't want them playing the old games, we want them to invest in the new games coming out, etc., etc. Which is good from a marketing point of view, but at the same time, for money and that, but at the same time you want players to experience new things, blah, blah, blah. At the same time, you kind of feel a little bit cheated because, you know, for PS3 owners, you know, you won't be able to play your games on the PS4, and you don't want to have to keep forking out money for games you've already played. At the same time, it's consumer choice. Vote with your wallet is my catchphrase. You know, you don't have to buy these games, so you know it technically won't affect you, which is what I do fundamentally. If something's there, I'll talk about it, I'll moan about it, but ultimately they won't have my money if I don't feel it's you know what I mean. I'm not going to go out and buy something because there's nothing to play. No, you know, I won't work that way. I'll find something that I like before I go and buy it. So again, it varies from gamer to gamer. We have a big company that has recently, a perfect example of this is Square Enix. Now, Square Enix released a hell of a lot of games, or 3 big games at the end of the PS3 generation. This is where I had my friends tell me, oh, I'm not buying any more PS3 games, it's coming to an end, people were pre-ordering the PS4, saving up, blah blah. It didn't make any sense to go out buying these particular games. I played them through one or two means I managed to get my hands on it. So for example, now Square Enix, when they first came out on the PS3, they wanted to maximize, of course, have as much money as they want, and they put forth that they were going to earn $1 billion. $1 billion off of these 3 franchises. Well, 2 of them are franchises, 1 of them is new IP. First one being Sleeping Dogs, which is a fantastic story. And you know, it was like Grand Theft Auto, but with less content in it. Unfortunately, it was less stuff to do. I don't know if it had multiplayer. I didn't play it if they did, but whatever. No one really stuck to it overall. But yeah, great story and everything, quality game. But at the same time, because of bad timing, it didn't really get that much money. Hence the reason they've made a definitive edition on the PS4. Another one of these, though they had a bigger fan bases, so they probably they felt in their rights to put that, you know, statement forward that they want to earn $1 billion. Hitman Absolution. I played all the other Hitmans. I played this. I felt it held your hand a little bit too much for my liking, but it was a good game. They brought it to other, you know, to help new players is what I'm trying to say. That, you know, they kind of casualized it up a little bit, but it was still fun, still good. I completed it. Interesting story to a point. I'm happy that they've announced a new one coming out. Thank God. That was the only one real positive from their press conference, at least in my book. I didn't really care for the Final Fantasy stuff. Another one of these is Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, again, a reboot. Did fantastic character development in that game. It was great. Gameplay was not stiff. They casualized it up, but it was a good thing for I think most people, you know, it wasn't hard or difficult to get into. But having said that, I don't know what the hardcore fans felt. Again, you know, I've just jumped from Hitman there, moaning about them casualing up a little bit. So kind of hypocritical on my point, but still, I enjoyed all 3 of these games and I did play them. But this is the point. Tomb Raider, I didn't pay for. No, I used. I got the PlayStation Plus. I got it for free. You know, Sleeping Dogs. My friend had it. I borrowed it. And Hitman, the only one I paid for, and that was about £30. So I've managed to, you know, avoid 3 of their games. Where they want to make billions, I've ended up paying. What did I pay? I paid £30 for all 3 games. Now, if they're £40, 80, 90, 110, about £120 worth of games, I've paid 30. They have just lost like a hell of a lot of money just from me. So, God knows, you know, how much money they lost overall with people not continuing with the PS3 generation anymore, or, you know, deciding not to play them or not picking them up, and just waiting for the, you know, the next generation. So this company again is porting more, of their games to the PS4. Those 3 particular games have been ported to the PS4, which is funny, which is kind of interesting because they've had to, I wouldn't say waste, but put time and money into redoing them for the PS4. Maybe it's just, I don't know how easy it is. I assume it's easier than what they make it out to be. But they've put money investing doing that, and then bringing them over to the PS4. Having said that, I don't think it was a waste of time overall, because as I said, the Xbox 360 players have, and everyone else who haven't played these games were like, well, there's nothing else out in the first year, and they snapped those up. So realistically, I think they've made whatever money they have on them, and I think, it was worth it overall. They probably, because of the lack of games, people snapped them up through boredom, as well as, people who just died out in the PS3 generation. Again, Quantum Dream, with those 2 particular games, Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain coming out, I tweeted them. I gave them a cheeky tweet, and I tweeted, wouldn't it be nice if PS3 players or owners of those games got a nice download of those 2 particular games? Of course, they didn't get back to me. I don't think they would do that anyway, but it would have been nice. But whatever. Just to let you know that the Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls will be coming out in a bundle in the UK on I don't know how much they're selling them for. Maybe it's worth picking up. I don't know. Well, if you haven't played them, then definitely. And depending on how big of a fan you are of those games, etc., etc. Just trying to think what else to say on the subject. One more thing about this begs the question though. Now I have a library again, as I said, it's quite small. You guys probably have a much larger library because I sell. You don't. And that's fine too, as I said before. But that begs the question. The question of the day, I suppose, really, for this video, is if your PlayStation 3 breaks, are you willing to go out and buy another one to play your old PS3 games, or are you happy to just let it die and will you sell your games like point blank, or will you just leave the console there, get rid of it, maybe eventually buy a new PS3, or will you wait for the so-called backwards compatibility to come out where you'll be able to play those games again? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. I am saving up for a PC currently, and joining the so-called master race, as it were. I am trying to implement gameplay into my channel eventually, but as I said, I'm saving up for a PC. That's about it for this vlog. Please join me next time where we'll be talking about, well, whatever else happens, I don't know, in this game, in the gaming industry, anything can happen. So, join me next time. See you guys. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Thanks.